Good morning, everybody. My name is Kata, and welcome to Kata B Fitness, and welcome to the Saturday surprise workout. This workout is pre-recorded because I will be out of town, but I still wanted you to get a workout in. Today, we are just going to do a nice, basic, functional core routine. That means we're not going to be doing crunches and things like that. We're going to be doing more functional exercises such as farmer's carry, kneeling around the world, weighted marches. So we're going to work on stabilizing our core and trying to focus on anti-flexion, anti-rotation, and just work on a nice stable core. All you're going to need today is a kettlebell or a dumbbell, and then it's a good idea to have something to kneel on. I am using a blue pad. You are welcome to use a pillow or some other type of rolled up mat. If you have a BOSU, you can also use a BOSU balance trainer. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on bracing our core. We're just going to start with some deep breaths. So hand on the belly, breathe it in, and exhale. Good, so breathe in and out. Good, so inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale. Hands on the pelvis, we're going to do a tail feather tuck, and then we're going to arch. So tail feather tuck and arch. So when we do our exercises, we want to try to find somewhere in the middle. So we don't want to do a big tuck forwards, and we don't want to do a big arch in the back. But this is just waking up our spine a little bit, waking up our pelvis, learning a little bit of functional movement for our core. Good, in and out. Now I want you to find somewhere in the middle. So it's just a little tail feather tuck. So again, we're not arching, we're not rounding, we're just kind of trying to find somewhere in the middle, pulling our pelvis up towards our ribs. And I want you to take your fingers and we're going to place them on either side of your belly button, and we're going to kind of dig in. So to properly brace, we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, I want you to think about pressing out just a little bit and expanding into your fingers. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in, exhale, breathe out. We're going to tighten, but we're breathing into our fingertips. So breathe in, exhale, press out. So what's really important to remember is when we do this, we're not going to breathe in and press out like we're putting a loaf of bread on our tummy. So we're going to breathe in, and then we're going to tighten like somebody's been tickling you or you're laughing really hard. Breathe in, or somebody's going to come poke you or punch you in the stomach. Good, one more time. Big breath in and exhale. So it's a little bit tight. All right, bring it in the center. We're going to roll our shoulders up, back, and down into our back pocket. We've got a little bit of shoulder work today, not a lot, but we still want to wake up those arms and wake up that upper body. And roll and roll. Now we're going to do one shoulder roll. Now we're going to lift, lead with the elbows, and now we're going to do just a nice, good backward circle. Again, so roll the shoulders, think about the elbows, bring it up, and circle it around. Good, again, shoulder roll, elbow lift, thumbs up, rotate pinkies to come down. Good, one more time, shoulder roll, lift with the elbows, thumbs up, circle it around, reach across the body, corner and corner. Reach it up, overhead, 6, good, 4, 3, back across the body right here, 4, 3, up and overhead. So we're adding a little side bend, reach across. So this is a little rotation here, and up and overhead, side bend. Good, knee lift right in the center, lift and lift. So this is where we start to focus on bracing our core. So we don't want to do arching and rounding, and we don't want to be hunkered over. We're nice and tall. Tight tummy. Good hamstring curls right here. Reach, pull. All we're doing is we're trying to focus on warming up our body. Good. 4, 3, 2. All right, let's bring the knees up in front again. So lift, hamstring curls, reach. One more time, we're going to lift it. Hamstring curls. All right, we're just gonna march it out, shake it out. A little bit of a shoulder roll if you need to. Now the majority of this workout, you can absolutely do standing, seated, a combination of those two exercises or those two positions, or you can take it down onto the floor. We are going to start with a farmer's carry. We're gonna do 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest. We're gonna do a lot of both at the same time, and then right and then left side. So farmer's carry. Now I'm gonna look a little funny because my 15s, one's a kettlebell, one's a dumbbell, but we're just gonna do a farmer's carry, which means you're holding weights on either side of you or in a racked position, and we're just gonna walk. All right, 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna bring it up nice and tall. So we're just gonna walk. A farmer's carry, and you can walk forwards only, or you can walk forwards and backwards. Now, farmer's carry, this is something that the heavier the weights, the more you're going to notice. So this is something that you want to try to pick a heavier weight. So if you're walking with, 1 pound in each hand, that's a start. But like I showed you, I've got 15 in each hand. Think about the things you have to carry: our grocery bags, our purses, our backpacks. Sometimes we're babysitting and we have to, hold on to younger children, or I have to carry salt bags down into my basement. Good. All right, weighted march. Weighted march. So again, 2 dumbbells. You can either have it down by your side, or if you want to make it a little bit harder, you're going to have them in a racked position. 2 and 1. So weighted march. Nice and steady. So this is where we brace our core, nice and functional. Again, you can be here. So this is me. I am carrying my bags of salt from the car, and those things are 40 pounds, 50 pounds. So this is something we've got to be able to carry, or you're carrying, grocery bags. So you have options. So down by your side is easier. Racked position is a little more challenging. Good. 15 seconds to go. And we're going to be standing or kneeling, and we're going to move our dumbbell or our kettlebell around the world. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, kneeling or standing. Standing is easier. Kneeling is a little bit harder. Nice and tall, and we're just going to travel that kettlebell around the world. Here we go. So squeeze the glutes, nice and tall. Now the trick with this one is to not arch and round, and to not sit your hips back to your heels. So nice and tall. So this round I'm going to try to do half going one direction, half going the other. Good. Now I'm going to change direction. The next couple rounds I'm going to do all one way and then all the other. So nice and tall. Bracing the core, squeezing the glutes. Our next exercise is going to be a bear hold with a dumbbell pull through. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take it hands and knees as an option, where we're going to be in a bear position. Your option 1 is hold your bear. If you're staying upright, you are welcome to hold a plank. Good. Hands and knees, tuck the toes. We're going to lift, pull that dumbbell or that kettlebell through, and then you're going to switch and take it over to the other side. Slow and steady. Nice, good pull through. The trick with this one, what tends to happen is we shift and we lift to move it. We want to stay nice and level, parallel to the floor. Good. We're over halfway. Next exercise is going to be just a basic plank. Now you can absolutely do bears with your hands on a chair or a footstool. It's a little weird, but it's possible. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Nice, good planks. Just a center plank. Everything is super basic. We're focusing on stable core. You can be on your hands, your elbows, your knees, or your toes. Here we go. So just a nice, good plank. And we're just gonna hold. Again, we're working on stability today. Now, if you want to work on your high plank, like on your toes, but you're not quite there yet, I want you to start on your knees, hold your plank. Then I want you to dig your toes into the ground, lift the knees off the ground. So the only thing that changes is where your knees are. So we shouldn't feel like we're having to shift forwards and shift back when we do these. 15 seconds, we're gonna flip over onto our backs for dead bugs. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, flipping over onto your backs. We're going to do just a nice good dead bug. So this is where we focus on that braced core, legs up, arms up. Option 1, we're right here. So this is your option 1. I want you to hold. Don't allow the low back to arch away from the floor, but we also don't want to pull it into the floor so much that we start to tuck our pelvis. So brace the core, not a loaf of bread, belly's in, knees over hips, ankles in line with your knees, arms up. Now you have the option, arm, arm, heel, and heel. Yes, arm, arm, heel, and heel, holding that neutral spine. After this, we're gonna have a short rest, and we're gonna repeat those exercises for 2 more rounds. 2 more rounds. Good, let's go ahead and rest for a moment. When you're ready, roll yourself to the side. Grab yourself a quick drink of water. We're gonna come back up to a standing position. So I am going to get ready because this round, instead of doing both arms, I want you to try to do just one-sided. So bring it up, grab a kettlebell, grab a dumbbell. Again, we're gonna do one side. The hard part for this is we don't wanna lean this way and we don't wanna let it lean this way. 45 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. So nice and tall. Set your shoulders, brace your core, walk it forwards, and then we're going to walk it back. This is another one that the heavier the weight, the more you're going to notice this. So this 15-pound dumbbell, or this 15-pound kettlebell, I don't feel it too much, and that's okay. That's okay. You gotta start somewhere. But I could easily do this with something more like a 45 or a 50, just because I am accustomed to carrying those salt bags. So you can just do forward walking if that's what you're more comfortable with. This is my challenge since I'm going a little bit lighter. Good. All right, we're gonna do weighted march, and it's the same thing, except one side only. So you can have your weight here, or you can bring it up, have it racked against your chest. 2 and 1. Good. So march and march. So now that we have a weight on one side only, this side of our core has to work a little bit harder to keep us from leaning to one side or getting pulled over by that weight. So we still want to keep that nice, good stacked body position. Shoulders parallel to the floor. Slow, steady march, trying not to weeble wobble. So just nice and tall. Lift and lift, lift and lift. And again, we don't want to just have our tummies out. We're lifting. Really think tall. Pull in the belly. Brace it. 10 seconds. We're going to go for around the world, all one direction. Standing is an option. Kneeling is a second option. Standing is easier. Kneeling is harder. Good. Bring it in. Going to come down for our kneeling position. I'm going to turn. So I'm going to squeeze my glutes nice and tall. Shoulders set. Pass it around. One hand to the other. Now, something like this does tend to be a little bit easier to do with a kettlebell than with a dumbbell, especially when we start going heavier. But use what you have. Use what you have. So again, we want to try not to wobble and rock. We want to have a nice, good position. I like to have a little bit of a wider stance here. Dig my toes into the ground, squeeze my glutes. Good, 12 seconds to go. We're gonna go back for those bears. And I gotta say, this is probably the exercise that I hate the most today, is bear. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're bringing it in for bears. Remember, you can be in a plank if you need to, or you can just hold a bear. Don't worry about the pull through. Just focus on that bear hold. This is a challenging exercise for most people. Good, here we go. So we've got our bear. Take it out, bring it in. Take it out and in. Now if you're thinking, I'm holding a bear, but I want to make it harder, just try lifting a hand off the floor and then lifting your other hand off the floor. Don't stress about the kettlebell or the dumbbell. Just focus. Now you can also do hands and knees, and then you can lift. So just like with the planks, you go down to your knees for a minute, and then you lift up into your plank. 12 seconds. We're going to go for a side plank. Can you do a regular plank? Sure. 2 and 1. So you can do a regular side plank. All right, you can do a regular plank, but I want you to try to get that side plank. So start, shoulder away from the ear, lift up. Option 1 right here, both knees on the ground. Option 2. Your time's on. We're going to take that lovely top leg out straight. Option 3 is we're going to lift it up into a plank. Balance beam stance. My back foot is in front, but I'm trying not to let my body rotate forwards. So I'm squeezing my glute, open my shoulder back behind me. Find your hard side plank. So for me, it's this one. And when it gets to be too much and your technique starts to get kind of bad, that's when you drop it down to a slightly easier version. We have 12 seconds. And then we're going to do dead bugs, and you have the option to grab some really light weights. Really light weights. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it down. You can grab really light weights. We're talking 3s, maybe 5s, tops. So when we do those overhead pulls, you have a little extra resistance. That is completely optional. So time is on, arms up, legs up. Here we go. So we're going to do opposite leg and arm. This is an option. Make it a little bit harder. Or again, heel, heel, arm, and arm. So adding weights is just adding a little resistance. If you are new to this exercise, skip the weights for now and find something that's challenging, but that still allows you to keep good form and good technique. Good job. Bring it in. Set those weights off to the side. Roll yourself to a seated position. Round number 2 is done. We've got one more round after this, switching over to the opposite side for a couple of the exercises. Give yourself a minute. When you're ready, come back up to standing. Grab a quick drink. Short rest. You shouldn't feel like you're dying with this workout. But you should feel like you're getting at least a little bit of a challenge. All right, getting ready for our farmer's carry. Option 1, option 2, 3, 2, and 1. So it's just a nice, good farmer's carry, nice, good walk. Forwards, forwards, and backwards, completely up to you. So just a nice, good walk. If you are walking backwards, make sure you know what's behind you. Nice, slow, steady walk. This is a really good exercise to do if you have more than, 10 feet. I think this room is like 10 by 12. It's not very big. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it in. Shake it out. Same thing. We're going to do that weighted march down by your side or racked up at your shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So one thing I kind of don't like about kettlebells is it can bother your wrists a little. So march and march. Nice and tall. And again, I don't remember which way I had it. I don't remember if I was down or if I was up. Similar movements though. This is a little easier. Racked is a little bit harder. So nice and tall. I'm going to go 50-50 since I can't remember. Bring it up. I think I was up. So nice, good march. Bracing that core and belly is in. Good mid. Good lift. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Around the world. Again, standing is an option. Kneeling is option 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going in my opposite direction that I was going. Bracing my core. This is also good work for your shoulders. So getting a little mobility, a little bit of strength. And check your position. So if you notice that you're rocking, I want you to stiffen up, work on the shoulders. If you can't go all the way around, go as far as you can and still just do the swing. Do the best you can. So if you're like, man, my shoulders, or maybe you're got a little extra fluff, you can still work your core. It's okay. Just go as far as you can and then go back. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, my favorite, bear pull-throughs, or just a bear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, option 1, hold your bear. Shoulders away from the ears, straight elbows, knees off the floor a couple inches. We're not lifting way up. We're not sitting our hips back to our heels. We're here. So hold it as long as you can. Take it down. Imagine you're trying to lift. Got a glass of water on your back. Lift and hold. Option, we start moving that dumbbell or that kettlebell side to side. Good. 10 seconds. We're going to do side plank on the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Getting ready for our side plank. Hands or elbows. If you want to do a regular plank, that's okay too. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shoulder is down away from the ear. We start with a nice good knee plank. Don't let your hips rock backwards. Squeeze the glutes, open your shoulder. Option 2, right here. So top leg is up. Option 3, we lift up. We're in a tandem stance. Shoulder blade is down and in your back pocket. Hold it as long as you can in your hard position. Then drop down, regress to something a little bit easier. We have 15 seconds. Again, try not to rotate. 10 seconds. Open it up back behind you. Weighted dead bugs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Take it down. That's a good one for me today. We're going to take it all the way back. Weights are optional. Do not feel you have to grab them. All the way down. Deep breath in. Exhale. Tighten up, pressing out just a little. Arms up, legs up. Here we go. So take heel down, arm down, and back up. It's okay if they don't touch. Your goal is to keep the center of your body neutral. Again, don't push up. We don't want to look like we have a loaf of bread sitting on top of our stomach, but we also don't want to pull our low back and press it into the floor and tuck our tail. It's trying to find that happy medium. So if you think about it, if you look at yourself when you're standing, you have a natural curve in your low back. So our spine isn't straight. Got a little bit of an outward curve at the top, a little bit of an inward curve at the bottom. Good job, bring it in. Set the weights to the side. And our goal is to try to find a way to stay nice and stable with that natural curved position. So let's go ahead and bring it in. Just roll the shoulders up, back, and down. That is your workout for today. So we're going to take our hands back, find a comfortable position. Just open up the chest. Good, and we're just going to sit nice and tall. Again, comfortable position, ear to shoulder, side to side. Bring our head up. We're going to look to the right, look to the left. Here's 2 and 1. All right. We're going to do a little bit of a tummy stretch. Option 1, just lie on your tummy. Rest your chin on your hands or upturned fists, or you can come up onto your forearms into a sphinx type position. Option 2, something underneath your knees. You're going to sit your hips back to your heels. One hand goes to the heel on the same side. We're going to squeeze our glutes, and we're going to reach up and back. Now, if you want to kneel, but this is not working for you, I just want you to squeeze. I still want you to push the hips forwards, and I want you to reach your hand like you've got an itch on the back of your calf. And we're reaching up and back. Release, bring it in, sit the hips to the heels, hand goes to your ankle, and we're going to lift it up. And again, if you're not doing the kneeling, if you're on your tummy, you're just going to hold a nice good stretch, resting on your stomach. Chin resting on your hands or your upturned fists. 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. We're going to come back up to standing or a comfortable position on the floor. We're just going to take a nice deep breath in and out. One more time. Big breath in and out. And you are all done. So I want you to give yourself a nice good pat on the back for joining me for our core workout today. If you ever need any ideas for modifications or improvising, so if you don't want to go down to the floor, just go ahead and let me know. You can comment below, or you can contact me at my website, k2bfitness.com. Link is in the show notes. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoyed that functional no crunches core workout, and I hope to see you in class. Bye.